guys! Welcome back to my channel. Ngayong araw, meron tayong panibagong lesson. At ang ituturo ko sa inyo ngayon ay Grade 8 Mathematics. So, ang module na tuturo ko sa inyo ngayon ay module number 6. Yun ay tungkol sa linear equations. So, meron tayong tatlong lesson na pag-aaralan today. Una is yung linear equation na ax plus by equals c ay gagawin nating y is equal to mx plus b. Pangalawa naman is mag-graph tayo ng linear equations. Pangatlo naman ay i-describe natin yung graph ng linear equation. So, exciting, di ba? Ano pa bang inaantay natin? Pumunta na tayo sa ating lesson. So, magbubuo na tayo sa lesson natin ngayon. Susunod ay graphing linear equations. Ngayon is gagamit muna tayo ng 2 points. So, first thing is, yung ating pong linear equation is 2x plus y is equal to 4. So, para makakuha tayo ng dalawang points, mag-delete muna tayo. So, kahit anong value ng x pwede natin ibigay. So, let x, gusto ko halimbawa, negative 1. So, si negative 1, ipalit natin dito sa x sa equation. So, siya ay magiging 2 times negative 1 plus y is equal to 4. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2 plus y is equal to 4. And then y is equal to 4 plus 2 using addition property of equality. So, magiging y is equal to 6. So, yung first point natin is, yung x is negative 1 at yung y ay 6. So, ang ordered pair is negative 1 and 6. So, hanapin natin negative 1, 6. So, ito yung negative 1. Hanggang ito naman yung 6. So, dito sila mag-meet. So, yan po yung una nating point. So, ito po yung ating unang point, negative 1, 6. Okay, so dito muna tayo sa pangalawa naman na points. So, mag-ulit ulit tayo ng x. So, kahit anong value ng x pwede. So, mas maganda integer para hindi na kayo mahirapan. So, dito tayo is 1. So, substitute natin sa 2x plus y. So, 2 times 1 plus y is equal to 4. So, 2 times 1 is 2 plus y is equal to 4. Using addition property of equality, magiging y na lang siya. And then, 4, si positive 2 ay magiging, mag-add tayo dito ng negative 2. So, y is equal to 4 plus negative 2, that is 2. Okay, so yung point natin na pangalawa is 1 and 2. Dahil yung value ng x ay 1 at yung value ng y naman ay 2. So, 1, 2. Okay, so yung 1, 2, hanapin natin naman yung 1, positive 1 sa x, ito po. And then yung positive 2 naman sa y, ayan. So, ito po yun. Pangalanan natin 1, 2. So, given na po yung dalawang points na nahanap natin, negative 1, 6 and 1, 2. So, we know that 2 points determine a line. So, pwede natin ipag-join yung dalawang points na yan to make a line. So, pag join natin yung dalawang points na yan, ito po yung mabubuong line. Ito po yung graph ng linear equation na 2x plus y is equal to 4. Okay, let's have another example. X plus 3y is equal to 6. So, dito na tayo sa susunod natin. Graph linear equations using 2 points. The second equation is x plus 3y is equal to 6. So, ganun pa rin. So, we let x, so gusto ko naman ngayon is 0. So, si 0 is i-substitute natin sa value of x dito sa ating linear equation. So, magiging 0. So, 0 plus 3y is equal to 6. So, since 0 na yan, wala na yan, magiging 3y na lang is equal to 6. And then, divided by 3, both sides. So, y na lang natitira dito. And then, 6 divided by 3 is 2. So, ito na po yung point na nabuo natin, yung unang point, 0, 2. So, since 0 na si x, automatic sa y-axis tayo maglalagay ng point or mag-plot ng point. Since positive 2 yung y, so dito po yan. So, positive 2. Yan po ang point 0, 2. Okay, and then next is, yung, para mahanap natin yung pangalawang point, magle-let ulit tayo. We let x be equal to 3. And then, so si 3, i-substitute natin sa value ni x. So, magiging 3 plus 3y is equal to 6. And then, para si 3 ay mapunta po sa kanan. So, we will add negative 3 to both sides. So, makakancel na siya sa left. Magiging 3y na lang to. So, si 6 ay i-add natin sa negative 3. So, 3y is equal to 6 plus negative 3. That is positive 3. And then, divide both sides by 3 para makancel yung 3 dito. So, y is equal to 1. And then, so yung nakuha nating second point is 3 yung x and then yung y is 1. So, ang point is 3, 1. So, asan yung positive 3? Ito po. And then yung positive 1 ay ito. So, after joining the 2 points, 0, 2 and 3, 1, ito po yung nabuo nating line. So, ang graph po ng x plus 3y equals 6 is ito pong line na to. It falls from left to right. So, yan po ay x plus 3y is equal to 6. So, ngayon naman, magagraph naman tayo ng linear equations using x-intercept and y-intercept. Kanina is using 2 points. Ngayon naman is using the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Pag sinabi po natin x-intercept, yan po yung dadaanan po ng graph ng linear equation sa x-axis. And yung y-intercept naman is yung dadaanan naman na point sa y-axis ng linear or ng graph ng linear equations. So, let's start. So, to find the x-intercept, we will let y be equal to 0. So, kung magiging 0 yung y, so magiging x plus y is 0 is equal to 4. So, magiging x is equal to 4. Since 0 si y, ang x dito nakuha natin is 4 and yung y is 0. So, ito po yung x-intercept, 4, 0. So, since 4 yan, ito po yung positive 4. Ayan, yun po yung ating unang point. Since tapos na tayo sa x-intercept, doon naman tayo sa y-intercept. We will let x be equal to 0. So, kung 0 na si x, so palitan natin siya, 0 plus si y, copy lang natin, and then equal to 4. So, since 0 na si x, copy na natin si y, and then y is equal to 4. So, ang value ng x dito ay 0, and then value ng y is 4. So, asan ng 0, 4? Sa y-axis po yun. So, ito po yung positive 4. So, after natin makuha yung dalawang points, pwede na po natin silang pagsabahin into one line. So, ito po yung graph ng x plus y is equal to 4. It falls from left to right. Okay, let's have example number 2. X minus y is equal to 2. So, let us first start in finding the x-intercept. So, to find the x-intercept, we will let y be equal to 0 para x yung makuha natin. Okay, so si y daw ay 0, so magiging x minus 0 is equal to 2. So, x is equal to 2. So, yung ordered pair para dyan is si x ay 2 and si y ay 0. So, ang ordered pair natin is, or yung unang point natin is 2, 0. So, asan ba yung 2, 0? Since 0 si y, automatic sa x-axis po ito natin mapaplot. So, asan ba si positive 2? Ito po yun. So, yan po yung positive 2, 0. And then, the next thing to do is to find for the y-intercept. So, kung y naman yung hinahanap natin, we will let x be equal to 0. Okay, so next is, since x ay 0, so papalitan natin yung x ng 0. 0 minus y is equal to 2. And then what's left is negative y is equal to 2. Since merong negative 1 na kasama si y, di-divide po natin yan sa negative 1. So the final answer is y is equal to negative 2. So, ang ordered pair po para dito, or yung point na mabubuo natin is 0 po si x, and then yung y is negative 2. Then, hanapin naman natin yung 0, negative 2. Since 0 si x, automatic sa y-axis po, malalagay po yung point. And hanapin natin yung negative 2. So, ito po yung negative 2. So, yung point po na yan ay 0, negative 2. Since meron na tayong dalawang point, pwede na po natin yung pagsamahin into one line. So, ito po yung graph ng x minus y is equal to 2. It rises from left to right as x increases. Okay, so dito na tayo sa susunod nating gagawin. So, tapos na tayo sa graphing linear equations using 2 points. And then sa using the x-intercept and y-intercept. Ngayon naman is, we will graph linear equations using slope and 1 point. So, let's have number 1. Graph a linear equation given the point 0, 1 and the slope of 1/4. So, first, we will locate 0, 1. So, 0, 1 is here. So, 0 si x, so automatic yung point will be on the y-axis. So, ito po yung 0, 1. And then, so yung slope po is, it will help us sa pag-graph. So, ang slope daw po ay 1/4. So, yung nasa numerator po, nasa taas, yan po ay rise. Okay, so, kung positive siya, aangat po tayo. So, depende ko anong number nakalagay. And then, kung negative naman, pupunta naman tayo sa baba, down naman. And then, yung denominator is, tinatawag nating run. So, pag siya ay positive, pupunta po tayo sa kanan. At kung siya naman ay negative, pupunta naman tayo sa kaliwa. So, please take note para dito ay makasagot tayo or ma-determine natin kung saan tayo pupunta, kung left, right, or up and down. So, since here, 1 is positive, rise, isa daw po. Ayan, so ito yung isa. Angat tayo isa. And then, sabi po dyan is run. Since positive 4, positive papuntang kanan, 4 daw po. So, 1, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So, saan tayo nag-stop? Dito po tayo nag-stop. Anong point po ito? Ito po ay 4, 2. So, sa 4, 2 po tayo nag-stop. So, meron na po tayong dalawang point. Ito pong 0, 1 at saka po 4, 2. So, what are we going to do is, gagawa na po tayo ng line papunta po sa 0, 1, tsaka sa papunta na sa 4, 2. So, ito po yung line po na ating po nagawa. So, it rises from left to right kasi po positive po yung ating slope. So, please take note, ito po yung ating graph. Tandaan natin yung indication for the slope kung kailan tayo pupunta sa kanan, kaliwa, sa taas, or sa baba. So, dito na tayo sa susunod nating example. Graph a linear equation given the point 2, 3 and slope of negative 6 over 4. So, first, hanapin muna natin yung 2, 3. So, this is 2 and ito naman yung 3. So, saan sila nag-meet? Dito po. So, yan po ay 2, 3. And then, sabi dyan is negative 6. So, ito po yung rise. Pero since negative yan, so baba tayo ng 6 na units. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So, nag-stop tayo sa negative 3. And then, positive po itong run. So, yung run, since positive yan, pupunta tayo ng kanan, 4 na beses. So, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So, saan tayo nag-stop? Dito po. Ano pong point yan? 6, negative 3. So, 6, negative 3. 6 po yung x and then yung sa y naman is negative 3. So, after natin makuha yung dalawang point or yung 2 points, pwede na natin gawin siya into line. So, makaka-form na tayo ng line. So, ito po yung graph ng linear equation na may point, given yung point, isang point na 2/3 at slope na negative 6 over 4. So, dito tayo sa lesson number 3, yung last lesson sa module 6. So, ito pong gagawin natin, graph and describe each line using the slope and y-intercept. So, dito po is, sa number 1, given is graph and describe the equation y is equal to negative 3 over 2x plus 5. So, yung slope natin or yung m is negative 3 over 2 and yung b or yung y-intercept is 5. So, sa point, para makuha yung y-intercept, let x be equal to 0. So, magiging 0 na to. Kaya y is equal to 5. So, yung point is 0, 5. So, yung graph natin, asa bang 0, 5? Ito po yun. Ayan. And then, sabi dyan, negative 3. So, dahil negative 3 yan, pupunta tayo ng down. 3 beses. So, 1, 2, and then 3. So, ito po yun. And then, sabi dyan, run ng 2 beses since positive yan to the right. So, 1 and then 2. So, dito tayo nag-stop. Ano pong point yan? Yan ay 2, 2. So, positive 2 and 2. Yung isa pala is 0, 5. So, pag pinag-join natin into one line, yung dalawang points na nakuha natin, yung 0, 5 at yung 2, 2, ito po yung kakalabasan na graph ng y is equal to negative 3 over 2x plus 5. Okay, so i-describe natin siya. Since ang slope ay negative 3 over 2, kung mapapansin natin, pababa siya from left to right. So i-describe natin yung graph using, since sabi ko nga kanina, it falls from left to right dahil negative po yung slope. So, yung m is negative 3 over 2. So, ang description is, the slope is negative. It implies that the line falls from left to right as x increases. So, from left to right, pababa po siya ng pababa siya. As x increases, habang nag-extend yung x, so, pababa po siya ng pababa. Ayan, hindi po yan spaghetti, pero pababa po siya ng pababa. Ayan, dahil the slope is negative. So, let's have the next one. For the last example, number 2, graph and describe the equation 3y minus 2x is equal to 6. So, para mas madali natin siyang mag-graph, iayos natin siya into the form y is equal to mx plus b. So, from standard form na 3y minus 2x equal to 6, naka-standard form siya, gagawin natin siya into y is equal to mx plus b. So, here, copy natin 3y minus 2x is equal to 6. Si 3y lang yung kailangan dito. So, we will add, since negative 2 yan, mag-add tayo ng positive 2 both sides. So, magsi-0 na po yung kasama ni 3y. So, 3y na lang siya dyan. And then, si 6. Since mag-add tayo both sides, meron din dapat dito. Plus, since negative yan, positive 2x. Using addition property of equality. And then, divide natin by 3. So, y will be 9 ko na yung x, being 2 third x plus 6 divided by 3 is 2. So, identify na natin kung ano yung slope. So, the slope is, ito po yung kasama po ng x. So, m is equal to 2 thirds. And then, yung b or yung y-intercept is 2. Ang point niya is 0 and positive 2 or 0, 2. So, hanapin na natin yung positive 2. So, 0, 2. Sa y-axis mo siya malalagay. So, ito po yung positive 2 sa y-axis. And then, sabi niya po dyan, m is the rise. And then, 3 is the run. So, rise po siya, positive siya. So, angat tayo ng dalawa. So, 1 and then 2. And then, run, positive 3 to the right. Since positive yan, so, 1, 2, and then 3. So, we stopped here. So, ang point po na yan ay 3, 4. So, ang ating pong dalawang point is 0, 2 at 3, 4. So, kapag gawa tayo ng line joining those 2 points, ito po yung kakalabasan. So, ito po yung graph ng 3y minus 2x is equal to 6. So, kung mapapansin natin, kanina is pababa yung graph from left to right. So, ngayon naman is pataas naman yung graph from left to right. So, kung papansinin po natin is yung slope ay positive. Dahil positive po yung slope, the graph rises from left to right infinitely. So, to describe the graph of 3y minus 2x is equal to 6, since the slope of the line is positive po yan, ang slope ay positive 2 thirds, it implies that the line rises from left to right. So, ito po, from left to right, yan, paangat po siya from left to right as x increases. So, habang tumataas yung x, aangat po siya ng aangat infinitely.